hopefully I'll be able to hear this. I'm leaving the farm Coyote's farm that I stayed at, about 2 hours in Sonoma County, 2 hours north of the bay. I have decided that I'm going from this particular video. Oh, we finally reached road instead of gravel. Instead, I just hope my tire isn't flat. I think I'm good. I think the thing should tell me if my tire is flat also. So I think I'm good there. But I should probably refill it. I could. Okay, well, yeah, maybe I'll refill it. Okay. So I decided instead of every 1 year posting these, perhaps I'll jump to every 10 years. Perhaps like the most in line is for every million years, where I know for a fact no one I know will ever see it. But I'm not there yet, so let's start with 10 years. Because I guess like every video it comes back to this question of like, why am I doing this, right? And I think like perhaps answering that question and how my answer to that question changes is possibly one of the best ways to analyze like growth of a person. Like if they're taking a diary, if they're writing a diary, like to keep asking like, why am I writing this diary? Because the answer changes year by year, day by day. Like, you know, I think as a kid it's because my mom told me to. And then, you know, I mean, you just have different reasons to. And then perhaps at a certain point, you're like, it feels good. And then, you know, I feel like reading Anne Frank's diary in some ways is... in some ways, one, a violation of her. I think, truly, I mean, to have then made it publicized would make you think that she wrote it for the reason that it was going to be publicized, which I sincerely doubt that was her purpose. Maybe it was. Maybe her intention is like, maybe one day someone will read this. I don't really remember how it was discovered, how it was kind of... But it's just interesting because it's like, I personally feel that since that happened, now when people read a diary, or write a diary, there's kind of this like possibility that perhaps someone else may read it, especially if you become blah blah blah, or whatever, it's not anyone. And then you have Marcus Aurelius, his Meditations, which was never meant to be published, also was published, right? So I feel like those particular two, I feel like have influenced me in some ways. Not because I think I'm going to be someone, but I think Anne Frank wasn't someone. She was just a person who just very accurately documented her childhood experience growing up during a specific time that not that many people wrote about in her age group. So like, it stands as kind of this testament to like a period of time, which is like what the beauty of it is. And I feel similarly like, don't ever take your eyes off the road is the lesson of that story. Similarly, like I don't think I'm anything special, but I think like growing up, you know, for example, I started doing the video journals, I believe throughout COVID. Also, now is a different period of time where everyone blogs, so I doubt I'm doing anything like really special. But I do think, I'm hoping that these collections are a bit more vulnerable than I think a lot of people will share openly on the internet. Maybe not, but I think I've like really put myself for who I really am out there. And to me, that's like important to me to kind of, for me, just, yeah, personally for me, it's important so I can collect my journey as a human. Really, one possible reason I think it matters a lot to me is because I want to not make the mistakes that I see a lot of other parents make, which is forgetting how they were at a certain age and then treating their kids like differently, as if like their kids are the only ones to have ever done something like that, right? Like if I'm able to capture my 20s well, if I ever have children, or if I'm teaching and, you know, the people that I'm teaching or have children or whatever are 20 and they're kind of, you know, in a period of being lost, and they look up to someone who's older like me and go, damn, like, how come these guys are never lost? I think it would just be helpful to be like, look, I was fucking confused as fuck. And here, summarize the last 100 videos that I've posted, but here is a collection of how confused as fuck I was. So in some ways, I just feel like what would this have been like if I had captured who I was when I was 16, right? Like, if I was able to capture the things that I was thinking about when I was a little kid like that, like, what was going on in my mind when I was 16 or when I was 6, right? I mean, it would be cool to like listen to 12-year-old me complain about Thornley, being like, man, Thornley's so hard, I got caught today for cheating, my parents had to pick me up, I got my ass whooped, like, it sucked. Like, for some reason that memory is the first one that came to mind. But I mean, it would be crazy to think about that, right? Me, I don't want to say their names, but you know who, that was good. That group of 4 is crazy. A, S, and J, the first letters of their name. But, you know, I mean, it's just, life is just, yeah. So, I mean, this farm I had a beautiful time at this farm. This drive is also lovely. I'm so happy to be doing this. I watched After Yang today morning. The movie club's going great. We're on a 3rd movie in the movie club. We're in our 3rd book in the education book club. 3rd or 4th? We're in our 4th book in the education book club. We read Circe. We're almost finished with the 3rd book in the reading fiction book club. Like, those are 3 big accomplishments that I'm really proud of, and like, you know, has been churning out numbers. And it's something that's going to grow over a long time, you know? Like, we might be having our 5th education book club. That's really my, like, yeah, that one means a lot to me. The other stuff also means a lot to me. I mean, fiction book club means super a lot, but there's something special about the education book club. But, yeah. So, this farm was I don't know. Do I have words to describe what it meant to me? I feel more competent than I have felt in a long, long time. And I feel like what's been challenged for me over the years is finding competency in many different ways and in different areas of my life. For example, let me make sure I'm going in the right direction. This is not the right direction. Nope, that is not. I don't go down Bohendale and I go down this one. Nice. For example, also I did the I don't know if I talked about it last time I started doing the shaving of my face and my head, but maybe I talked about it. But every day, because it's 10 years, I feel like I could say a lot more. If every year I don't shave, every day I work out and I meditate, I'm not going to shave my beard. And every day I don't masturbate, I'm not going to shave my head. And so we can kind of see how that progresses. It has been helping me just... I can get into that later. Let's talk about the farm. Man, truly special. Should I give like the descriptive details? I mean, because if I am talking to myself, I think I'll remember. Okay, but Coyote's Farm, I probably will forget. Coyote's Farm was the one where I slept in the Airstream, the gray kind of big hunk. Coyote and her family, Coyote, Delilah, Stan, Chris, Nolan, Cassidy, and I stayed, and then the other 2 were for the other 2, I just forget their name every time. Yeah, I can't. Pammy? I don't know. Maybe it'll come to my mind. But it was just like such a different lifestyle. You know, they don't make... Everything is recycled. I mean, from human waste to... I mean... I don't even know where to start. They generate their own energy, they generate, you know, they collect rainwater, and they build their own filters and filter the water. They build their own plumbing system, they get their own food, they recycle their own human waste and all their recyclables. They don't go to public school, they educate themselves. The 2 kids are some of the smartest kids I've ever met. Like, so intelligent. The family knows so much about so many different things, from politics to nature to animal husbandry Delilah knew so much about dogs and snakes, and Stan knew so much about history and sociology and whatever. I mean, just each one was a whole kind of bank of knowledge, and it was so impressive to be like, wow, how can somebody know so much about so many different various things? So I was truly fascinated by that. For some reason, I'm not really feeling the urge to kind of go in depth, because this drive is also so beautiful right now. I don't know if you can kind of see it in the back, but oh my god, these roads are so like winding softly. But yeah, I have barely talked. I've seen the same 6 people for like I think 10 or 11 days now. I haven't seen a single other person. Barely seen any other cars. We did go to that barn party, but I've been like secluded in the woods, in the farm for 10 days. Not forever, but now that I'm driving back, I'm like, oh fuck, I'm really excited to see my mom. My dad just went to India. I'm really excited to see her. We're gonna Joshua Tree tomorrow, which like fills me with a lot of excitement and love, just for there was just a joke. She was like, what about toilet paper? Is there gonna be toilet paper there? I was like, no, we gotta bring some. Because she's never stayed in an Airbnb before, so I don't think she like knows how like nice they are. That water is good. That filtered water. It's hot. I think we're gonna have a heat wave or something on Wednesday. Today's Sunday. But yeah, man. After Yang, just it's a really. The reason After Yang is beautiful is because I don't really think the message was about what does it mean to be human in the sense of like AI versus human, like a Her movie, right? Where it's more about, the focus is on like thinking about what is intelligence, what does it mean to be a human. I feel like this movie, in my opinion, didn't delve too much into that particular concept, and it felt like it delved a lot more into like what does it mean to lead a good life? Oh, there was like, damn, that dude was driving fast. Go slower, bro. You just expected no one to come, I guess. It's hella dangerous to drive that fast. A lot of these windy ass roads are like almost one way. So it's like, yeah, I felt like the movie was focusing more on like, what does it, like the big question that came out of it, because they were talking about this one scene where like he's like making tea, and he's like explaining all the factual details of why tea is cool. He's like, love tea. And the robot Yang is like, sometimes I'm not so fascinated by the facts of it, but I fall in love when I watch you make the tea. Right? Like the process itself of living is so much more beautiful than the factual details of living. The experience itself of going down these, oh my, look at these trees and this road, and knowing what I left of human connection and going back to my mom, this process is beautiful. It's not really like the facts or extraneous kind of details that makes it beautiful. And so I thought that was a really beautifully it talked a lot about what is the experience of being human, far more than it's like, rather than thinking philosophically about like, let's discuss being human. And I guess maybe that is something that a robot would never understand. Like, the striving for meaning is such an integral part of the human experience that like, if meaning is just given to you, I feel like you're robbed of like this really, really, that questioning of like, is this meaningful? What happens after dying? Like, that's what makes us any different than an animal. So I don't know, it was just like a very, very telling kind of, I have to sit on it. The soundtrack was beautiful. It was one of those, it's one of those things about some of these A24 movies, and these are the movies I know Mylan loves, and it's hard, it takes some time for me, where it's like so open-ended, you get to fill it, like, there are a lot of shots, for example, where they'll just like show a boat sailing in the water. That period of time is for you to like be thinking. It's not necessarily like, or you could just be, I mean, A24 movies are so aesthetic as well. You could just be, you know, observing the beauty as well. But I find for me that those period of times are more for your own thoughts to fill in the space. Compared to these like other movies where like you're just given information all the time. There's not really, you could think maybe after the movie, but there's no space in the movie to think. Because to think, you need silence. You need like not an insane amount of stimulation to be going on the screen. So I feel that movies like that help you internalize and also have the movie be a thinking process. But the downside of it is it can sometimes be boring. You could sometimes want to skip through those, right? You're like, I want to know what happens next. But I think a lot of these A24 movies, or not even A24, just these types of movies, like the one we would drive my car, this one, it's not really like, I'm going to give you the answer of what this movie is about, right? I completely forgot what Drive My Car is about, too. Even though we spoke about it last time, completely forgot. Which is weird. I don't forget books like that. But because I think movie, you watch it one time, and then, you know, maybe the way for me to remember these movies is to watch it twice. Once like 2-3 weeks before, and then once like a day or two before, right? To like let it double sink in. Might be a good move, not a bad idea. But I am taking on a lot of responsibility, so I'm gonna have to cut back down on that a little bit. There's a car behind me, so I'll probably try to pull over sooner than later. So I can let him pass. Or her. Or they, as Nolan taught me. I feel like Nolan was like he was cute. Like the first time I was there, he was like, what's your pronouns? I've never seen a kid ask that. And it was like kind of nice because I feel like he like actually really, really like respects people about that stuff. He like asks to make sure like that's what you want. Just like, yeah, very like soft and sensitive in that way. And he's just such a nerd and he just loves learning and yeah. I'm really excited to teach him, just for a little bit, just to see, you know, I mean, he just wants to learn. How can you, like, take that away from somebody, you know? I feel like it's hard to, like, take somebody who wants to learn and all they need is, like, a person to teach. Like, dude, you can't... You should never hold back teaching those type of people. I mean, I would be going against all my values if I didn't teach them. I genuinely feel that. So I'm really excited to kind of do that. Doing this video journal while I'm driving is nice because I haven't done it in a long time. I just haven't video journaled. Because I'm having a hard time talking about my life in this period, and I really need to sit on why. I've been feeling more jealous now than I've felt in a long time. I've been jealous of... not jealous... Okay, I'm jealous of some people, and I am saddened by others. So I'm jealous of like Choksi, but I'm saddened by Akash and his transformation that he's going in his life. I'm like, but I need to really sit on, you know, I'm proud of myself for saying that out loud, but I need to sit on like what it is. What it is, what's up, like, what is it that causes me to kind of feel as if I'm not good enough? And I think, like, being on this farm has made me really have to think about that a little bit more, you know, in-depthly, which is, like, in-depthly? Is that a word? In-depthly? Think about it more in-depth. Whatever. In-depth. I have to think about it so deeply, bro. But just in the sense of, like, I have felt for a really long time that I need to, like, earn my parents' love. Like, earn my parents', like, affirmation or acknowledgement of my lifestyle or my effort or the fact that I'm doing things differently but I'm happy. Just my whole life. And in some ways, I know everyone goes through that to some extent or another. I mean, it's definitely on a spectrum. But I think after a certain point, like I had a moment when I was there. I think one of the first few days where I called my mom. I think the day before my dad left, and she was just like a little upset. And immediately, you know, as I do, I caught that tone in her voice, and I was like, "Fuck, what did I do now? Like, is it the same conversation? When are you gonna get a job? When are you gonna settle down? Whatever." The thing is, that is not what the conversation needs to be about. What the conversation needs to be about is like, what is it that you're afraid of? Are you afraid that I'm going to die? Because that's never going to go away. Whether I'm married, I have a kid or not, anything. I'm going to die, the fear is going to stay the same. That's not what the fear is about. Is the fear that I'm going to be homeless and like broke and I'm going to ask you for a lot of money to survive? Let's take that seriously. Maybe there is a possibility of that. Let's see what that possibility would have to be. One, I would have to be not shameful enough to be like, hey, can you give me money? Which I'm very shameful of that. I would never proudly just be like, hey, can you give me money? I wouldn't ask. Secondly, I don't even want things. What thing would I need to ask you for? Like, what am I going to buy that I need to ask you money to do? Okay, but let's put those two away. Then the other possibility is you're afraid that I'm not going to be able to lead a life to the same quality that you were able to lead. Which is true. I don't think I'm going to live in $1 million home. I'm okay with that. There's no part of me, one, that feels like I couldn't do that if I wanted to. And two, that my life in somehow is like less worthy or I'm not going to be able to do the things that I want to do because I'm not in $1 million house. In fact, I feel like if I was in $1 million house, I definitely would not be able to do the things that I want to do. You know how many places you can live in $1 million home? Very, very few. You can't live most of the world in $1 million home. There's just not that many. But if what you're focused on really is, I want to make sure you have enough water to drink, good water to drink, you have enough healthy, good food to be eating, right? Or however you want to define good. There's many definitions, which buying Food Max is not that. If it's, I want you to feel like you have companionship and a safety network and people who love you, those are all fair. Those are all wonderful things to want for your children. So let's focus on that. I have my basic necessities. But I guess what the fear is, you're going to not be able to have them one day. The question that I just really have is like, what is this world where... Ocean looks beautiful. What is this world where I won't be able to provide that for myself? Like, do I not have the competencies to be able to hold down a job if I need to at the very least provide those basic essentials for myself? Like, is that really the level that I'm at? Is anyone really there? So, you know, that's like always been very interesting to me. What's every black boy wanna learn? Sorry, I was going off in a little... Sometimes when I record these, I'm like, damn, when I actually have to like speak my train of thought out loud, I can see how someone could say I'm ADHD. I'm curious if other people spoke their train of thought, if their mind would be more noisy or less noisy than mine. Because I have no point of reference, because I don't really know how anyone's stream of conscious works, except Mylan's to some extent, some little extent, but... Yeah, I feel like these last 10 days got me closer to Mylan. Just also being in San Diego, I feel like that feels like a long time ago now. I honestly also think it's just how my memory works. It's a little jammed up there, so I don't remember a lot. Everything just happened so quickly and intensely, and I guess that's the kind of crazy part of it. Like when you die, no matter how long you lived, it still will always feel too short. There's always so much more to do. not in terms of like things I need to accomplish, but there's always so much deeper living I can do. I can always love harder. I can feel the breeze one more time. I can appreciate this freaking ocean right here one more time. Like, if I was thrown into prison, like, you know, or some unfortunate thing, like what was happening in Thousand Splendid Suns. Oh, I see all the smoke from the fire. Oh, shit. That's crazy. Oh, smoky. Hella smoke. All the smoke is going into the ocean. Damn. So that's like foreshadowing of the world that's going to exist one day. Climate change. This has been the hottest summer I've experienced by far, I think, as we were talking about memory. But from what I remember, this is a hot summer. Also, the past few summers. Last summer I was in India, and by the time it was summer, I was in Gudalur / Devagote, where it was hot in Devagote, but I was in Gudalur a lot. So it was a little more temperate there. The previous year I was in England, where England is just always chill. And then the year before that, I was in San Diego, I think. The year before that, yeah, I was probably in San Diego for, not living there. Like, I had done Hawaii, I did UCSB from whatever. Oh, and then I think I was actually at Mama's house. And then after Mama's house, I went to Mexico City. Oh, I was in Mexico City and San Diego. So I was in those two. Nice. And we did Vegas that whole time, right? Okay, cool. And then the year before that, 2019 summer, I was in India. Holy shit, was I in India? I was in India. No, that wasn't summer. No, I got chilly from the breeze of the ocean. Beautiful. Oh my god, I remember this spot. That was like when I was like, oh no. Yeah, 2019 summer, I was doing my internship. Oh my god, really? Wow. Yeah, I was doing my first internship. I was getting paid $33 an hour. Pretty awesome. Made a lot of money. Just saved it all and made tons. So that was that junior year. Sophomore year summer, 2018 summer, that's when I did 1 month. Yep, that's when I did 1 month in India, 1 month at school, 1 month somewhere else. 1 month at home. Might have been 1 month at home. 1 month at school, 1 month in India, 1 month at... Wow, cool. Then... the year before then, I was doing the teaching at Edmo. Dope. Yeah, Edmo, and I did DoorDash. That was one of my best summers. Just, I was hella happy. I had so much work to be doing. Woke up early, went to DoorDash. Woke up early, went there. Oh my god, so beautiful. I woke up early, I would go teach for 6-7 hours, come home. I made $8 an hour there, or $10 an hour maybe. Or maybe 15. I made $400 a week. So I was making $10 an hour. Then I would DoorDash, where I was making more like $16 an hour. I would DoorDash with Azita, and we would like, she would come with me, we would work for like 2-3 hours, and then we would like spend the money that we made, the $55 or whatever, on dinner or a movie or something like that. That was like definitely, wow, yeah, that's dope. And then the previous summer I went to India. Right, went to India. Then the summer before that, my junior year summer of high school. Junior year of high school summer, what was I doing? So chilly. Wow, that was really beautiful. Summer then, where was I? Junior year summer. I think I went to the USC thing. Whoa, was it my junior year summer? Damn, it was my junior year summer. Yeah. Okay, junior year summer, I went to USC. Because the reason I remember is I took Tony to prom, and then there was a prom chat, and I was like posting that I was there. Yes. I believe so. I believe that is correct. Okay. Then sophomore year summer, 2014 summer. Oh, wait. sophomore year summer is when I did the SAT stuff, the stealing stuff, and I took my SAT in the beginning of junior year, right? Yeah. Beginning of junior year. Cool. Nice. Okay, so that's good. Freshman year summer, I went to India, I think. 8th grade summer. Oh, who the fuck knows what I did in 8th grade, dude? I can't believe I even got to 9th grade. It's sick because I still I feel, you know what's weird? I feel proud of who I was in high school in some ways. I don't even really remember, nor am I sure if I'm proud of the person I was in middle school. I was proud of the person I was in elementary school in some ways, but I'm just trying to think what I did, if I can even remember what I did 8th grade summer. I mean, definitely back then, all the summers I either played basketball at NY, what is it called? I don't know, whatever. It's Union City, UNCBL, basketball league, I don't know. That, or I went to India. So there's only 2 options every year before that. But yeah, so that was that. What? I don't know when Lil Pump came out, but yeah. So that was that. Oh my god, it came to 68 degrees. It was 85 up there in the mountains. The second I came down from the mountains near the ocean, 68. That's a huge turnaround. It was 85 to 87. 20 degree drop in temperature in the span of 20 minutes. How crazy is that? The earth is shaped weird. That's insane. Whoa, the beach, it's so pretty. Oh shit. I could have pulled over. I didn't know how to even get there. That was a beautiful beach. It's so chilly. It's kind of refreshing. Hella fresh air there. It's that ocean soul. But yeah, wow. Nice. This was an amazing experience overall. I'm glad I got to record this, man. It's been way too long since I've had 30 minutes of actually just talking. That hasn't been either I'm what is life? Why am I recording this? Which I started this conversation with, but I didn't go the whole time with. Or I just sleep or dance or sing. I feel like I spent all of 2023 just singing on these. No, 2022, yeah. Damn, Georgetown was a whole period of my life. I'm really excited to do my PhD. I will be applying next year. I'm really excited for that. The philosophy of education would be lit. Would be lit. Would be lit. Is that philosophy? That's what you said. Just sounds like I study philosophy. I study the philosophy of the mosophy of the tilapia. 10 years later, you'll look at this video and either say you were stupid, you were onto something, or you will say, please shut the fuck up, Gautam. You are making this so much more difficult. But yeah, 10 years. You could do whatever you like. Yeah, sex on me, Patron on ice. So if I did 10 years later, right? 10 years ago, I was 16 years old. I wouldn't have even posted the freshman year, doc class assignments, none of that. I wouldn't have been in a frat yet. I wouldn't have met Azita yet. I mean, that just seems like a different life altogether now. And I feel that after this farming trip, I, for some weird reason, feel ready to move on with my life. I don't know how many times I've said that. Could be 1, it could be 30. But I'm ready to let go of my past in some ways, to accept I feel like, talking to a few, just seeing how different you can lead your life. Seeing them lead their life just gave me, like, confidence that I will be able to figure this out. Wow, this beach is sick. This beach is sick beans, dude. I don't want to, like, pick my phone up and turn it around. But I could right here. There's a stopping point right here. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Do it for me one time. Do it for me 2 times. Let's get it. Wow, these curves are just curvilicious, bro. Curvacious. I gotta flip the cam. One time for the one time. Can I? Can I flippity flip? That might have just taken a picture. Can I? Okay, I can do this. The ocean. Okay, there. But yeah, I guess like that's been like the craziest kind of revelation as of late, which is just like, damn, when a lot of cars and hella cars, what the heck? I am really proud of my journey. Okay. I'm proud of how far I've come. I'm proud of how far I'm going to go. I'm proud of the things that I will see, the people I will meet, who I have crafted myself to be. As I'm getting tailgated by this ginormous Ford, even though there's not that much space in front of me. Like, I don't know why you would be fucking tailgating me like that, asshole. There's no space here, buddy. Please stop doing that. I want to just drive in peace. He has to tailgate me, bro. Why would you do that? He's going to tailgate me no matter how much space there is. Why wouldn't you just give me space to just like drive? We don't know. I had a good thing going. I pulled over, and now I'm like stuck between hella cars. But life is life. Fine dining in cabins, that's cool. I need to check when my class with Spiros is. So as of right now, I'm gonna throw a crazy plan out there, but I think my plan for the rest of the year, I calculated right, is I'm going to go to Joshua Tree with my mom, come home, hang out for a couple days. I might see Nea Pastricha from high school, which I'm actually really excited for. I definitely have a very like soft spot for her in my heart, just for like, I don't know, how kind she was to me in high school, helping me really, get through classes, cough, cheek, but just helped me out a lot, out of just the kindness of her heart. And yeah, so I'm excited to see her. And then I am going to go to Joshua Tree with Amma, which I'm so excited for. And then I am going to, after that, go to Utah, see Amr, stay there for 3 days, then go to Kansas, stay there for about 3 weeks. Then I'll go to Alabama, stay there for a bit, for two weeks for the farm, then drive up to DC, drop my car off at Trujana's for a long time. Then I'm gonna fly for the last 4 months of the year, fly out to Europe, stay there for 10 days, September 1st to September 10th. Then from Switzerland, go to Japan. And in Japan, I'm going to stay there for probably a month and 10 days, month and 20 days. It's about 40, 50 days. Then From there, go to India, attend Srujana's wedding, do the stuff. I will that's gonna be in that area, so I might go Bangalore, stay in Bangalore for a bit. I might just hop at Airbnb and just kick it in Bangalore for a bit. Then from Bangalore, I'll go down to where Karthi uncle and they are. I'm really excited to see him. I just feel like I was in a very different mindset when I was there last year. And so, like, to imagine myself to be there again is a little overwhelming. I would like to not stay in India that long. But sometimes you just gotta, like, destroy that part of your brain that's like, fuck, like, I'm scared. You gotta really, like, figure out what it is that you're so terrified of, you know? And so, oh my god, I remember all these spots. So that's gonna be something that I'm looking at doing. And then, after that, where would I go? So, I mean, I don't have to come home in the beginning, right? So, I could stay in India. I don't have a date to come home. I have to work. I've been building this thing. I gotta definitely get more clients. 10, right, by the end of 2024. But, oh yeah. I'm gonna go to that garden. I'm gonna go to that garden sale, get my mom a plant, get someone else a plant. Okay, but that guy in the truck just like looked at me hella mad. I was like, bro, I actually was way in front of you for a long time. You caught up to me right at the end, and then I pulled over. Like, dude, you don't need to be such an asshole. Just drive. Relax, dude. Why are you so mad? Take a chill pill, y'all. Okay. I'm gonna go to this garden and get some plants. Okay, love you. Thanks for being there for me. Bye. Bye.